from Halifax, Nova Scotia, weighing in at 175 pounds, the Kid, Rudy Lockhart!
Rudy Lockhart. I often mention that he comes out to the sounds of the clashes Rudy can't fail. But if there's one man he seems to be failing against, it's Fantana. He's 0-2 against Fantana.
He is. And I think this might be a little different this time because last time the crowd he thought he was a crowd favorite. Now where he's turned, he doesn't really have to worry about the crowd. So I think that might give him the advantage. We'll see.
Excellent point. And Josh, it's also worth mentioning that Rudy and Fantana were having their second match that night. Do you think it'll be different with two fresh men?
I think Rudy is a smart enough competitor that tonight's third time's a charm. This will be his third time facing off with Fantana by my count in Superstars of Wrestling. He's a student of the game. He knows what to expect from Fantana. And yes, despite being a cardiovascular machine, it was his second match of the night. Tonight's going to be different.
Couldn't get better. For VIP, you couldn't ask for anything better. This match could headline any show.
From the Maritime
and I give it to the fans as a pre-show.
Your Maritime Luchardor, Fantana!
Listen to that ovation for the Maritime Luchador, Gary Daniels. Excellent matchmaking to put this on the VIP.
Yeah, I give the fans what they want, but if you get here early, if you don't get here early, you're missing out on a great match.
That's a great point from Gary. I think this match could main event most shows in Atlantic, Canada, and we're getting it on the VIP, Josh.
I won't disagree with you. In fact, I think the only thing I disagree with is the word most. I think this could main event any show in Atlantic, Canada.
That's an excellent point, Josh. And I am so excited for this matchup. Fantana, the one man who seems to have Rudy Lockhart's number. Will he make it 3 for 3 tonight? We're going to find out.
Yep. Well, we'll see. It's an amazing matchup. Speed versus speed. Don't blink in this one, folks. You do not want to blink. Rudy's also coming off a tough loss from our last show in the Cruiserweight Championship, where he fought Fantana and lost in the end, getting distracted by Dryce again.
Fans questioning the authenticity of Rudy Lockhart's hair.
What is with the fandom of Superstars? They chanted toupee at me. They're obsessed with hair and toupees. Well, by the way, camera, if you're looking at me, all real and natural. Unlike some people here in their hair.
Yeah, if they start saying it about him, there's something wrong.
Well, as you can see, I know nothing about hair, but you saw Rudy trying to get in Scott Meyer's ear to control the crowd. He was here to officiate these two, not these people.
Exactly. Ask the security guards to do that, and they still won't.
And I don't want to sound like a broken record, but the story of Rudy Lockhart's Superstars of Wrestling career has been, in a way, him versus the fans, and we're seeing it immediately.
Yeah, and listen, Gary, you've done some great work here. I have told you from day one, though, I don't think you've given Rudy a fair shake with your booking. He was a huge fan favorite, but every match he had until he finally came to his senses, he was up against fan favorites that have been in the St. John, Sussex scene longer than him.
Yeah.
And I think he just had enough of it.
Good point. I had to talk to him before this match about the fans. I said, you don't need the fans anymore. They don't need you. Stop getting distracted by them. And yet he's still doing it.
Sussex may be known for cows, but we have our first chicken chant of the night.
Hey, look,
it's not a nice thing to say about the fans up front, Travis.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm not the biggest fan of Fantana. Calling him a chicken's a little rough. I know he's got the rooster thing on his mask going on. Calling him a chicken's rude. Fantana's no chicken.
Will you two stop?
No.
Speaking of the poultry-based chance, we got some Colonel Sanders love here against Rudy Lockhart, but enough about that. Look at the mat wrestling here, the wrist lock here, and Fantana flips out of it.
Wow.
Good styles clash.
That was awesome. Like I said at the first, this is speed versus speed. Do not blink or you will miss something.
I hate to steal a line from a very famous, great pro wrestling commentator, but Fantana is quicker than a hiccup.
Truly.
You see it here in his offense and his defense. Very fast and quick wrestler is Fantana. Rudy's going to have to, again, rely on his mat game. Try and take Fantana down and out-wrestle him.
There you go, Rudy.
And it's funny because, in a way, Rudy's known for his technical ability. Fantana known for his agility. I would argue that Fantana's technical wrestling is underrated and Rudy's agility is underrated.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
And their power, they're both strong. They're small package, but they can lift.
Okay, listen, I have a lot of issues with the behavior of Rudy Lockhart, but there's one thing he can do almost better than anyone. It's wrestle.
Chanting "you can't wrestle" at Rudy is wild. I mean, we are in Sussex. I know that the education level isn't where it should be, so that might explain it. But
we got a Rudy must fail. Well, it seems that way against Fantana. It almost seems inevitable that Fantana seems to come out on top. Is he going to reverse his fortune tonight?
I hope so, because he does have his number the last two matches, but as long as Bryce Durning keeps his nose out of the business this time, maybe he will get the upper hand.
Look at this. Fantana able to fight out of it. Only a one count. Again, gets the other arm up.
That's the power.
Myers in position. Bridges out. Rudy putting that thick body right on Fantana to try to flatten him out, but Fantana able to kick him off.
Oh, not letting go at all. Nice move.
An interesting thing, too, about this matchup, fellas, is we know the finals of the cruiserweight tournament is going to be Fantana versus Alex Robbins. Fantana has to deal one-on-one with Rudy tonight later on in our show. We're going to see Alex Robbins in action, but Alex Robbins has the benefit of being able to have a tag partner in his corner. So a little more recovery time for Alex later on. You got to wonder how it's going to play into the finals, that Fantana's going to go this alone.
Well, if it's anything like their last tag match, Dryce will leave him and he'll be by himself anyway.
That is true.
Beautiful shoulder tackles here from Rudy. Leapfrog from Fantana. Fantana over Lockhart. Wow. Fantana now goes for the penalty kick. Lockhart misses into a schoolboy. Stacked high and kicks out.
Nice move.
Both know each other so well. They saw these moves coming a mile away.
Series of drop kicks here from Fantana. Got Lockhart reeling into the ropes.
You don't want to be there, Rudy, against Fantana. Take it from me, who had a chipped tooth from this. Fantana could be looking for that 506.
Fantana, Lockhart flips out now.
Flip out. Look at Rudy. Good job.
Irish whip to the Maritime Luchardor, and a backbreaker from Lockhart. Lockhart, I think you've noticed this, Gary. Such a more vicious streak to him.
He does. He's got that anger in him right now. And if Fantana loses this match, that's a huge momentum shot for when he goes into the finals next month.
And as we're saying that, he's raining down right hands. Does Myers have to get control here?
Well, Myers, we all know Rudy has until the count of 4. Rudy broke it, but we were talking about his mean streak a second before he started raining blows upon him like Frank Costanza trying to purchase a doll. The other thing, too, we saw another backbreaker. I may have made this comparison before. A guy that Rudy reminds me of is Roddy Strong. He's got smaller frame, thick legs. He's focusing right now with 2 backbreakers. Going to be working on that lower back of Fantana.
Well, you often hear when Roddy Strong was on the Indies, they would say he had the FRS, the freaky Roddy strength. I think Rudy has the freaky Rudy strength.
Yeah, that's true. He does. And working on his back, I mean, what's the best way to ground the Maritime Luchardor? Take his back out.
Oh! I'm going to have to Google what Thrust means.
There we go. There was a diving headbutt to that back of Fantana. Fantana, history of back problems. Lockhart has dialed in, zoned in on that lumbar, the backbreakers, the headbutt to the back. How important is it to isolate a limb or a back or part of the body, Josh?
Well, it's easier to focus on one area because you're weakening one area instead of taking the time to try and weaken several. We could have, thought we might have had a finish there, but just focus on one area. It's easier to weaken one area than several. Weakening. Oh my! Let's try that again. Weakening the back of Fantana.
And as you're saying that, he is driving those shoulders into the lower back.
Smart, Rudy,
But
smart.
you know what? It's worth noting, Gary. You saw that inside cradle from Fantana, almost steal it. It shows how dangerous Fantana is. Even while hurt, he doesn't give up.
No, he doesn't. He never quits.
Weakening the back of Fantana. It's going to do things. It's going to hurt Fantana if he tries to scale the top rope. It's going to hurt Fantana when he hits those aerial moves. Because when you do the aerial moves that Fantana does, your body does take some impact. So if Rudy's constantly working on that lower back, your head scissors, your Hurricane Ranas, moonsaults, all that is going to take some damage. More than usual.
Another stiff shot.
Beautiful snapmare, followed by the kick to the lower back, as we've been mentioning. That seems to be the bullseye on Fantana. And I have to push back on something that Josh said earlier. I think it's great you made this matchup. I don't think it's your responsibility to police the fans. I think Rudy, as talented as he is, needs to get them out of his head.
Thank you, Travis. That's what I talked to him about, but he still seems to get drawn by the fans.
Travis still looking for that raise, I see.
I mean, Josh,
It's getting closer.
you know better than anyone. How many fires have you been? You were the most hated man in maritime wrestling for years. So
In fact, I'm very proud of.
Of course you are. So wouldn't you agree with me that Rudy should be able to deal with that?
Yeah, I mean, even someone speaking from experience, I was able to get it out of my head most of the time. In fact, I thrived on it. Every now and then, though, there's something that gets under your skin. And I know for Rudy, that chant of "you can't wrestle," that would get me if I was a guy like Rudy. A guy who trained in the New Japan dojo, being told he can't wrestle. You try and get the fans out of your head, but a chant, something like there's always something small that's going to get under your skin. But you're absolutely right. Rudy's going to have to do his best to avoid focusing on those negatives.
Well, you mentioned the New Japan background. Fantana and Rudy were having a chop battle a la Kenta Kobashi and Kensuke Sasaki. You saw him going for that single leg crab, one of the first maneuvers he learned in the New Japan dojo.
That's right,
and you're seeing that technical ability at display right here.
They know what they're doing, so I can't believe this is the VIP match that we give these fans.
Yeah, that is truly a treat.
You get your money's worth with superstars of wrestling in the VIP match, folks. Not like other promotions who are going to give you upstarts who are very talented in their own right. You're getting name brand. You're not getting Kirkland brand when you come to a VIP show at Superstars of Wrestling.
And we got a victory roll.
Oh, that was close.
And also another small package. That's 3 times Fantana's nearly stole this in a blink of an eye.
And he can do that.
Look at the strength of Lockhart. Oh,
nice
Fantana able to ground himself. Flips over. Lockhart spinning back kick to the midsection and the Inzaguri. Wow. That Japanese background coming into play.
Yeah,
There you go, Rudy. Finish him. He goes, setting up the heart attack.
could be going up for a headbutt again.
He loves this heartbreaker.
Heartbreaker.
He's broken many hearts and got a lot of W's with it.
Oh, he's not breaking Fantana.
Almost like a splash. Fantana tried to get out of the way, but that hurt Lockhart's midsection too. It was. I don't think any man got a good bit of that.
No, I think Fantana tried to move out of the way and didn't do so in time. And Fantana's lucky that his shoulder didn't pop at a place on that with the weight of Rudy coming down on him. It was, instead of getting a headbutt, it's like Rudy splashed Fantana's shoulder. Nobody won in that exchange.
That's a great observation. And you see Rudy clutching his face over there. And both these men really feeling the effects of that.
Yeah.
We're kind of at square one here.
Score is 0-0. We're back at goal, but not after that. Wow.
A European uppercut and a jumping head kick.
And we know what's next.
Drops Fantana drops Lockhart in the corner. And Josh, you know very well, you don't want to be in the corner against Fantana.
You don't want to be anywhere near the ropes with Fantana with that offense that he has.
Hey, the
That
fans
elevated
barking.
drop kick.
Not Brody King in there. The fans are barking for Fantana.
Yeah.
They're confused. in Sussex.
Middle rope moonsault from Fantana. Is this it? Lockhart kicks out. And Fantana wanted to get that off as quick as possible, so he went middle instead of top. Do you think that made a difference?
Yeah, I think he trying to just, like you said, get it done as quickly as he can, knowing how quick Rudy is. But now look, see how much time he's taking up on the top rope now.
The back.
Oh,
he
speak of the
still got
devil.
him.
Connects with a Fantana moonsault this time. We mentioned that diving headbutt that went haywire. Still clutching his ribs, not able to get to the cover. Is this it? Oh, what?
His foot's under the rope.
The foot.
Foot's under the rope.
Rudy
It's
Lockhart.
under the rope. Good call.
Rudy Lockhart's foot is under the bottom rope.
I love to give Scott crap as much as anybody, but you can't boost Scott Myers for that.
No, Myers with a great call there. The fans didn't like it, but they're also not referees. Yeah, and they're from Sussex.
Listen, you can criticize all you want. That was the right call from Scott Myers. Great officiating.
Yes.
Just because you don't like the guy, they might not like Rudy. Them's the rules. His foot's under the rope.
Rules is rules. And if anything, we get more of this battle. Josh, where are we?
Are we still in the 506?
I believe so.
I don't.
Lockhart is dropped. And a senton. But did Lockhart have the knees up?
I think he did. I can't see through this guy's head, but I think so.
He did. He got the knees right up, lower back.
Lockhart now. Oh, what a vertical suplex. High stack from Lockhart. Is this it? No.
Does Scott Myers know how to count to three?
Half crab.
And I mentioned earlier about the New Japan Dojo. Training the Boston Crab is his signature move. Opting to go for the half crab, a more Canadian-style version of the Lance Storm.
Yeah, he's got the red and white on. He's got the Lance Storm half crab on. Look at, see what he's doing right now. He's stomping the arm to avoid Fantana trying to turn over.
Locked in.
Excellent transition from Lockhart to stomp that arm to get back in position.
Look at Rudy's feet firmly planted too. He's not off center. He's not wobbling.
Fantana able to get to the bottom rope. But that's got to be disheartening for Lockhart. You see his muscular endurance there. He's exhausted after exerting so much on that single leg crab, only for Fantana to get to the bottom rope.
And he thought he had it there too. I'm sure he thought he had that.
Obviously Fantana got the worst of it, but that's a huge adrenaline dump for Lockhart.
Yeah. Oh, big reversal. Keep on him, Rudy. Keep on him.
Rudy's like blood in the water. He senses.
Oh, and another one.
Again, catches the feet of Fantana, trying
Rudy,
to
good
drag him
job.
to the middle of the ring, perhaps thinking another single leg crab. And there it is. There it is. His New Japan Dojo training coming into play here. The Boston Crab, fully applied, middle of the ring. Fantana fighting out of it, though.
Oh, nice reversal by
Pinfall.
Fantana.
Oh. Inside
Nice
cradle, we
roll
saw
up.
Fantana do this twice. Lockhart almost getting him with his own medicine.
Looks like Lockhart tried to go for a back body drop. Fantana saw it coming.
Oh, and plants Lockhart firmly. Face first.
That might be it. Come on, Rudy. Come on, Rudy.
This
Come on, Rudy.
Yes, it is. And Fantana goes 3-0 against the kid.
Your winner, the Maritime Luchardor, Fantana!
Rudy Lockhart, a great competitor, and 9 times out of 10, I'd say Rudy can't fail. But the one word that haunts him is the ghost of the Maritime Luchador, Fantana.
Rudy can't fail, apparently, unless he's against Fantana. By my count in Superstars of Wrestling, 0-3 against Fantana.
I appreciate you. I appreciate Gary giving Rudy this challenge, but for some reason, whatever it is, sometimes someone just has your number And for 3 times, Fantana has gotten his hand raised against Rudy Lockhart.
Now I feel bad, like Kotsab said, maybe I haven't put him in the most favorable matches. Hey, I'll think about that a little more for the next show.
Well, I know he doesn't want to hear this from me right now, but he's better for it, you know? You either win or you learn, and we've talked about what a student of the game Rudy Lockhart is. But regardless, Fantana in the victor's column.
Good job, Rudy. Good job, bud.
And hey, nothing to be ashamed of. I get that Rudy's going to be frustrated. It's going to be a long ride back to Halifax, Nova Scotia. But hey,
listen, Fantana started wrestling when Rudy was 4 years old. Sometimes experience, my father always says you can't buy experience, and we're seeing it right here.
And look, hey, I'm not a fan, but no shame in losing to Fantana.